So, Coach, it's early in the year. What kind of group do you have this year? What did you find out about your team so far?
Well, I found out we were pretty young. No, obviously after losing Wisdom, we had some things where we've got some younger kids that we have to develop.
For those who aren't familiar with the injury and losing Wisdom Anthony for the year, can you tell us what happened and what went down?
Well, Wisdom's one of those kids. She was nominated for Gatorade Player of the Year last year, so that should tell you that she's one of the top players in the state of New Mexico. So she was our point guard. Uh, we won our first game by about, I don't know, 40 points, maybe something like that, against El Paso Montwood. And then we turned around and practiced the next day. She had a breakaway and a Euro step, and she tweaked her knee, and we were hoping that she'd be okay, but obviously after the MRI came back, she's torn her ACL, so she's gonna have to get that taken care of. So December 27th, she'll have surgery, and so hopefully we'll get her back in the summer or right after the summer.
So, losing a player of that caliber, I mean, how greatly does it affect your team and change the dynamic?
Oh, it changes it dramatically. We're just so young right now, but I think with these experiences that we're gaining, I think what's going to happen is these kids, maybe by January, February, I think we can make another run, of some type, and see if we can make it back for our fifth consecutive year to the state championship.
So, who has to step up? Who are you relying on to kind of fill that void?
Well, I think Anaya Joseph, number one, she's the most experienced player we have. She's about a 6 foot post, and she's been rebounding well against girls 6'4", 6'5". You can throw a blanket over the freshmen on any given day. One of them will step up, and so it's going to take a team effort. It's not going to be an individual type thing.
You mentioned getting the opportunity to get back to that final game. How often do you think about or talk about last year's state championship and coming up short to Volcano Vista on a half-court buzzer beater?
Well, we've been blessed. I'm just going to be honest. We've been blessed over the years. We probably beat a Cibola team back in 18, and we probably shouldn't have with Amaya Brown. We're down, 2 points with 3 seconds left. This thing comes and goes, and so we understand. I mean, as coaches, we understand. Kids never understand, and I think parents take it hard sometimes. But I think for the most part, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. You're going to kick, and sometimes you're going to get kicked. And so you got to be realistic. We've been blessed a lot at the pit and had a lot of success. And so we can't cry about one thing, that didn't go our way, and so I mean, I think that's where we are right now. And with such a young team, that a lot of these kids were on the bench for that game. And so they got to see what it felt like. And I know they're hungry.
Geographically, just where Hobbs is located, you've talked about it in the past that you don't necessarily get the opportunity to play northern teams and see them during the regular season. And they don't get the chance to see you either. Is that an advantage or disadvantage for a team like Hobbs come the postseason?
I think all of us as coaches, we'd like to kind of measure up against each other occasionally. I mean, I don't think they're not going to give a blue trophy out in November and December. So, I would like to try to play some northern teams early in the year at least, and then see how we all progress as the year goes on, But it doesn't always work out financially for everybody, and I understand that. It's a lot easier for us to drive an hour and 10 minutes to Lubbock or whatever it is and play those schools, and it's tough for us to find games down here because obviously there's only a handful of schools in this area, in this region. So, and generally, because we're the biggest school, I'm not saying they just don't want to play us, and I understand why.
What are the expectations at Hobbs every year?
You know what that is, JP. It's to win the state title and get the blue trophy. Our parents, our community, this is a great environment to be in. I'm going to invite you personally, if you haven't been, come down here and watch a game. We come out with 25 mascots, and we have the Taskervich band, and it's so much fun. It's a great environment to coach in, to play in, and I think you would enjoy it even as a fan.